Good evening, everybody. We are at Indian Lake High School. I'm here with my partner, Jack Hutchins. How you doing tonight, Jack?
Doing fantastic and ready for another great night of basketball, Zach.
Part 2 tonight. We are crowning the best in Logan County, some are saying tonight. Do you agree?
I would say, yeah. Should be a great matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell me a little bit about Bellefontaine. We live streamed the Dublin-Jerome game. That was indeed their last game. Tell me what you kind of saw at the Chiefs and what they need to do.
This Bellefontaine team, they've really found their personality on the offensive end. They found what makes their lives easier. Getting down inside, we saw Keegan Overton with a 21-point game last week.
Yep.
Really just taking an end to the defense and giving them the business. And that has been really what's been propelling this Bellefontaine offense over the past few weeks. You know, we saw them against the first few games of the season. Wasn't really anything spectacular, weren't really getting any looks. And, you know, I guess you can call that early season woes now because they've really, like I said, they've come alive.
Yeah, absolutely, and they are going to need it tonight to stop Caden Nickel, 19 points a game on average. Some say he might be the best in the Central Buckeye Conference.
And I would be one of those, Zach. I completely agree with you. He was a contender for CBC Player of the Year last year. He will be a contender this year, of course. Only a junior as well, and he's the life of this Lake team. Hits shots from way out there, rebounds the ball. Scored a triple-double earlier in the season in a high school basketball game. No matter the competition, that is an incredibly impressive thing to do.
Absolutely.
So if the Chiefs can figure out a way to stop him tonight, then they'll be in good business.
And they will absolutely need to do that. College aspirations out of that player for sure. Tell me a little bit about Camden Tuttle. Is that someone that you played last year? Do you know of him a little bit?
Yeah, he was their he was probably their second best scorer last year. He was second best shooter, I would say.
Absolutely.
He was a guy that you could expect to go in there, get some rebounds, more of a wing post player.
Yep.
But inside outside, kind of that split role you see where you can expect him to get a few buckets inside. He's not really going to be the type of guy to pull some post moves out and finesse you with those, but hits some threes, gets some layups, and he keeps you honest, keeps your defense
absolutely. And he is averaging 13 points a game. So Chieftains leading scorer Carter Snap averaging 10. So on paper, the Lake has 2 more players scoring higher than the Bellefontaine hired scorer. And they are averaging 58 a game to Bellefontaine's 46. Now that being said, though, Bellefontaine has performed a lot better in the scoring department the last week or so. So absolutely, it's going to be a huge game.
The theme. Here. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
The theme with these Bellefontaine teams the past few years has been that not much of a scoring team at all. And you were starting to see that theme at the beginning of the season, but here in these past few games, they're blowing them out of the water scoring-wise, losing only by 15 to Jerome last week. I mean, that's spectacular.
And yeah, and I think I liked a lot from the Chieftains that game. So we are going to take a quick break here for the national anthem. We'll be right back at you here at Indian Lake High School for the big CBC matchup between the Indian Lake Lakers and the Bellefontaine Chieftains.
Now, if you'll please stand for the playing of the national anthem by Indian Lake Pep Band.
Alrighty, we are just seconds away from tip-off here at Indian Lake High School. What do you expect to see out of the Chieftains starting lineup tonight?
I think tonight we're going to have an emergence of Carter Snap once again, really getting to his spots, getting his shots up, scoring the ball again, something we haven't seen over the past few games as much as we did early in the season. But a guy like him, he's going to get to his shots or get to his spots and hit his shots eventually. It's just a matter of time, and I think it's going to be a big factor tonight.
Tell me a little bit about the big man down low matchup. We're going to have, like I said, Keegan Overton-Story coming off literally the best performance of his career against a Division I top 5 Columbus team.
I would say this is a great opportunity for Keegan tonight. The Lake, not really a team that's going to have your prototypical big man in the paint, the big guy that takes shots and plays hands-up defense and really mucks things up. They're more of a outside shooting team, which benefits them on the offensive end, but on the defensive end, they're going to have a weak spot trying to cover him down low.
Jack, let's hit the predictions here a little bit. What do you think the outcome of this game is going to be?
Either way, I believe it'll be a close, maybe 6-8 point swing tonight. Yep. Two really balanced teams, as we've seen. The Lake really strong offensively, solid defensively. Chieftains coming into their own, looking to be 500 for the first time in a few years now.
Right.
Just crazy to say. Right. But regardless of what happens, my prediction personally is Lakers by 6. but I believe the Chiefs have some fight in them tonight, and they're going to find a way to get it done.
Absolutely. I'm going to go Chieftains by 5. What about you?
I like it.
You like it? All right,
like it.
second it. So we got both of us up here. Chieftains by 5 tonight, saying that the Chieftains are going to pull up the upset. Would you consider this an upset if the Chieftains win?
100%.
I agree. The record doesn't quite reflect Bellefontain's skill and talent, but I still think this Indian Lake offense is so hard to stop.
And hey, they've won 2 games early season for the first time in a while now.
Right,
Like
yeah,
this
6 years.
Yeah,
6 years.
this is uncharted territory for them. I believe this is a group of guys who's going to make the most of it and fight until the very end.
Right,
you got a talented team like the Lake, doing well so far at 4-3. They're above 500. But they're usually off to a better start than this, so we'll see, if they're kind of feeling down on themselves and let one slip to the Chieftains tonight.
Who will be on Cade Nicola tonight? Do you by chance know who will be having the luxury of guarding the best scorer in the CBC?
My guess will be either near St. Clair. St. Clair, I like that matchup. Really lengthy guys, got that foot speed to keep up with him, got those long arms to contest his shots, and that's his game. Hit those outside shots, crash the boards. I think that St. Clair really has physical tools to keep him in check.
I like it. And St. Clair is actually his first time playing basketball since 7th grade. So he's just an all-around natural athlete as the Chieftains win the tip-off, and we are underway here at Indian Lake High School.
He's a baller, as you saw on that tip.
Absolutely.
Effortless.
Riley Neer run the point here. So the Chiefs going to set up their first play of the game.
Looks like they're going through their motion offense right now, trying to get that mismatch on Overton. Look at him down in the paint.
And do you like this, to slow it down, kind of leave the ball out of Indian Lake's hands, or do you like the fast-paced, swing it around and let it fly type of movement as C.J. Wilson goes up and will not be able to get that to go?
As a spectator, letting it fly, obviously.
Right.
Because you live for the entertainment.
Right.
But from a basketball point of view, slow it down.
Chiefs turn it over. Cade Nicola using his speed to make that pass to number 4, Maddox Hall, as he will open up tonight, averaging 8 points a game, another big scorer out of the Lakers.
In the Lake, that's their identity, hitting those shots from outside, really keeping that balanced offense. They're not the most athletic-looking team of all time, but they make you pay. You can tell Coach Overturf and his guys really hammer that in the offseason, getting those shots up.
St. Clair for 3. Will not be able to get it to go. Snap on the rebound. We put that up, and that's and 1. And Snap is hyped up. That is what you want to see out of the Chieftains. First points in the game, and they have a chance to tie it.
And such a persistent guy like him, like I said, it's only a matter of time before he gets going, gets the opportunity to convert the and 1 tonight. Offensive rebound as well. You can tell he's coming with a different type of energy tonight.
And that is, you do not typically see that emotion out of Cutter Snap, so it's nice to see that out of a nice, young, humble athlete, for sure. I mean, this means a lot to these boys tonight.
He can let it go when he wants to.
For sure.
So, we'll see. It looks like they will put Neer on nickel tonight, which is also a good matchup. I'd say he's a little faster than St. Clair.
I'm interested to see Stolly's, sorry, as you see with his little pull in our way as he takes that for 2. I'm interested to see Coach Stolly's strategy of stopping this young phenom tonight.
When you play a team like this, I mean, it's hard to say like what the best way of attack is because there's a few different directions you can go. I'd say with him being their focal point and the dude they want to get the ball in their hands, the rest of these guys, not Tuttle, he's a shooter, but they're out there to hit shots and play defense. So if you can keep Nickel in check and pay some attention to him and just play honest defense on the three-point line, you're going to get the desired outcome.
And that is number 21, Camden Tuttle, the second leading scorer for the Lakers, averaging 13 a game, putting it in for 2. And that's what the Lakers are going to have to do tonight. Bellefontaine is going to be thinking a lot about Caden Nickel. So you get the other guys in the mix, and it's going to be hard to stop them.
Of course.
As the Chiefs turn it over once again.
Looks like Bellefontaine's feeling the pressure a little bit early, not what you'd expect after that showing last week.
And I do have to say, this is a loud gym. It is very closed in, very poppy. When you hear the crowd, you hear them here. So
much different environment than last week.
Right.
So we'll see what the Chiefs, how they respond.
Overton getting big will be able to stop Nickel from getting that to go. Good defense. St. Clair down low, puts it up. Will be able to get to go. Good pass there out of the Chieftains.
He's so dangerous in that low post. Just rises up over everybody, hits those layups. Like I said, he's, even after not playing for a few years, he's just so good at getting to his spots and making things easy on the offense. There he is with that wingspan again, deflecting the ball.
Once again turning it over. And St. Clair down low again. Will be able to put that up and get that to go. He scared me there a little bit, I'm not going to lie.
Near with a beautiful pass, no look down the lane. And they've got that chemistry, obviously, from the football field, so that's something you love to see if you're Coach Stolle getting it going early.
Lake looking to slow it down here over turf, seeing what his boys need to do. Another turnover out of the Chiefs.
Once again.
St. Clair's going to take it for himself. Not be able to get to go. I like it, though. I like the little heat check there.
Fades a little too much on that layup, but, you know, you take that if you're the Chiefs offense.
Absolutely.
And Near really putting the giving the business to Nickel, staying physical with him.
Nice pass break up there from St. Clair. The Lakers are going to reset. I'll tell you what, Jack, I'm feeling the energy in this building tonight. I tell you what, it's a lot different than last Saturday. That's for sure.
Chiefs Jock Block is on their feet early, right next to the action. They're looking to get involved as well.
3-point attempt off the mark for number 11, Lane Tusi. Tusi's averaging 7 a game. C.J. Wilson will take that down low. Overton on the rebound, and that is a huge rebound out of Keegan Overton. Story, like I said, coming off his best performance of 21 points last week against Dublin Jerome.
It's like the Chiefs' big men are showing out early, turning that 7-2 deficit right into 8-7.
And that is what it needed. That's what needed to happen tonight here at the beginning of the game early.
And that fight is something that the Chiefs have really found deep within themselves this year.
Tuttle not able to get it to go.
Near brings it up slow. So this is, oh, never mind. Carter Snap with the 3.
Good take. Completely left unguarded there. Nickel increasing the pace of play.
And you
see, once again, get him the miss. And this is what you want to see out of the Chieftains here early. Get him tired, get him working. Make the Lakers go to their second, third men.
I'll tell you what, though, that little tempo dribble he takes, that little speed-up dribble, get into the lane, can throw off the defender, but the Chiefs just aren't having it tonight.
And the biggest thing I'm noticing here, this is my first time ever watching Caden Nickel live. He is very good defensively.
And yeah, he's the whole package.
Right. Yeah.
It carries your offense sometimes, and really gets down low in a stance and makes the offensive player work. Right. And that's what you want if you're a basketball coach.
Yep. Absolutely. 3 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Chiefs are currently up 1.
Looks like they're going to try to get a little slip action from Snap right here. Won't get it.
St. Clair, hands on the hips. He's feeling a little bit tired, as you can see.
Maybe Coach Stolle's looking to get him out of there tonight after scoring those few early points. I doubt it, though.
He's got a huge terrific pass from Tavian St. Clair to Keegan Overton, but he will not be able to get to go.
And there's Nichols' second or third rebound of the night already.
We triple-double territory.
He's everywhere.
Yep. Tuttle, once again, he will not be able to get his third 3 attempt to fall.
And he's a guy who can let it fly from outside. There's another one that can let it fly. St. Clair won't get to go.
That is an amazing rebound out of Keegan Overton's Story off of Tavian St. Clair 3-point attempt.
So the story of the night so far, Zach, Chiefs big men are having a field day. 4 from St. Clair, 4 from Overton, 2 from Snap. This is what you want when you're Coach Stolle. This is exactly what you draw up against this type of team.
Absolutely.
And they're not even running the offense yet. These buckets have been in transition almost every time or offensive rebounds.
Correctly, do I say no points out of Caden Nickel, or does he have 2?
He's got 2. He had a quick drive to the lane.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just making sure. Well, like I said, that's not bad for the first quarter. I mean, he's averaging 21, so he's not quite on his mark yet to reach that.
And a guy like him, you just got to keep him honest, but I'm sure he'll be pretty close to that by the end of the night.
Chieftain student section getting into it right there at the bottom of your screen.
3 from Tusi
once again cannot get it to go. The Lake struggling a little bit from 3 here.
Snap barreling down the lane. Riley with the fake to the basket.
Great, that's a great block. That's a terrific block out of number 24, Dawson Finfrock, the big man. For the Lakers, excuse me.
This Lake defense, when you can't jump up like someone like St. Clair can and just block shots, then that's what you have to do. You have to stay honest. Really good job by him getting the block right there.
Absolutely, and I love that play out of him. You're going to take that to the top of the key with Carter Snap.
Snap's going to look to abuse that matchup with a beautiful spin move from the foul line, and that's his shot. That's what he looks to and go to score. And just great job by
Chiefs
Snap.
Take their lead to 5. And the Lakers have gone from this back and forth, slow it down to play fast.
And Nickel's going to try to get involved here, maybe set up a ball screen or something, play off of this Tuttle coming off the back if he doesn't get a shot here.
And that is number 10, Avery Pequinot. I hope I pronounced that correctly, getting in the mix.
And that's where it's so hard to defend this Lake team because there's so much attention on Nickel. You know Tuttle can hit the outside shots. But this is where they add that third layer into their offense. You slip off those screens that they set for Tuttle coming to the outside and looking for his shot, and they're so worried about him closing out, possibly giving a blitz or a double to him.
Yep.
That layup's wide open. You just can't do anything about it.
Absolutely. Caden Reams, well-known three-point shooter from the Chiefs, will not be able to get his first at the go. But Harper Scott with the offensive rebound and 2 offensive rebounds from the Chiefs again there.
That was a fast first quarter.
That was fast. I mean, high school basketball does not mess around when it comes to speed. So we're going to take a quick break real quick here, and we'll be right back here at horvathproductions.com/live. Thank you for tuning in for our first quarter.
At Horvath Productions, we offer specialized wedding films that cater to you and your spouse. With top-of-the-line equipment and storytelling skills, we can assure you that the biggest day of your lives will be captured from start to finish. On top of that, we offer some of the lowest rates in the industry so that you can have the best experience possible without having to give up other important aspects of your event. Visit horvathproductions.com/weddings to see how we can make your memory.
Welcome back to Indian Lake High School, folks. We have a first quarter down in the books. Starting the second, Chiefs are up 3, Jack.
Great showing by them so far tonight. These Chiefs big men are really getting involved. Most of the scoring coming from down low. And no guards have scored yet for the Chiefs. And this is probably what they drew up all week. So this is what you want to see from Coach Solly. But putting Reams in, now they're trying to get him, and because he's filled that spark plug role off the bench, really getting the offense going from outside. He's going to look to get these outside shots and put some variety into this Chiefs offense tonight, give him a little shot of adrenaline.
And that is a great performance from Keegan Overton-Story. He typically comes out around this time. Want to save him for the end of the game for sure.
And he's just been a huge part of this Chiefs team this year after not serving or not doing too much last year. You know, he's really coming to his own.
And just like that, Camden Tuttle will tie the game up. Like I said, he is averaging 13 points a game next to his teammate, Caden Nickel.
And he is an absolute shooter. And there he gets on with that wingspan on the defensive end again.
You know, if I was over-turf in that huddle, what do you say, Jack?
I'm just trying to keep my guys calm at this point. You know, they're a proven team. They went I believe a game or 2 deep in the tournament last year. You have returning Caden Nickel and Camden Tuttle. So you can't really worry about what you have going on at this point. You know, if you're the Lake, you live and die by your shots, and you just hope that you've worked on them enough by then to get it going. And as we've seen so far, it's working out.
Right, and then Jacob Salyer is going to turn the ball over with a carry, young guy with a young mistake.
And he's still getting a little comfortable in this Chiefs offense, which is going to be his to command in the next few years.
Carter Snap will attempt the chase down block. No call.
That's a scary
sight. On the fast break, and that is an absolutely amazing steal out of number 4 Maddox Hall, and he's going to take that all the way. And that is a travel. Wow.
Yeah, he moonwalked a little bit right there.
He did.
Good call.
Indian Lakeside looking for an and one, but they got to travel.
They are not happy about it at all. And you're going to have that with the energy in this gym tonight. Packed house on both ends. Yep. So this is the type of environment that you love to play in if you're a basketball player or high school basketball player.
Absolutely.
Wilson taking it up. Hasn't been as big of hasn't had as much of an impact as he at this point as he did last year. So he's going to try to get involved tonight too.
I tell you what, he did up that free throw percentage against Rome last week.
Great outing by him as he gets in for the layup. And the Lakes defense, they don't really have much to fall back on athletically. If they don't get in their spots and close out, you see that slanted close out, that attack that top foot. He's going straight to the baseline on that.
Nickel with an amazing move down low. He will call that on one. Wow.
And
Jack, what do you think of that call there a little bit?
It's a book call. I mean, maybe not what – if you're a ref, you have to call it because it's the rules.
Right.
But Is it a basketball foul? That's another question, and I'm going to have to disagree. But
regardless, so Cade Nickel did work for that. That was a terrific 1-2 move, and then pump fake to get him in there.
And the reason why he scores so many points is for a guard, he's so strong in that low post.
Right.
He just rips right around, and he's got that hip strength too to be able to contort his body into awkward positions and just finish those layups. And that's so valuable for a guard in his position.
Right. Absolutely. Salyer's still in. I like these minutes he's getting out of it.
Yeah, Coach Stolley's really going to try to get him going, I feel like, as the season goes on. Really valuable shooter and asset to this team. He's a lengthy player, really can keep you honest on the closeout. As he goes for the timeout, Stolley's not liking what he's seeing.
We will take a quick break here, and we will assess the play right after this here on HorvathProductions.com/live.
At Horvath Productions, we offer specialized wedding films that cater to you and your spouse. With top-of-the-line equipment and storytelling skills, we can assure you that the biggest day of your lives will be captured from start to finish. On top of that, we offer some of the lowest rates in the industry so that you can have the best experience possible without having to give up other important aspects of your event. Visit HorvathProductions.com/weddings to see how we can make your...
And we are back here at Indian Lake High School. Tie ball game, and I'm really loving what I'm seeing right now from both teams. Coach
Stolley's looking to keep his guys pretty refreshed tonight, really tapping into his bench early and seeing what he can get out of him. As Salyer will take the point guard. We really haven't seen him in this kind of role at this point.
No, we haven't. So it's interesting to see what happens here. Usually, typically, when Wilson's in, you're going to see him taken up as another terrific pack down low to Overton.
High IQ play by Snap right there. Overton Story had him beat over the top. And that's just that's a veteran player right there.
And St. Clair has terrific passing, but the thing that St. Clair necessarily doesn't have due to experience is the dynamic between a teammate in the sense of Carter Snap and Overton Story have. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
I mean those two. You know, they're close as we know them, friends for a long time.
Right,
so
absolutely.
Even though Tavian has been around these guys,
which he will get there.
Of course,
absolutely.
But it's different on a basketball court, I would say.
Wilson not liking the call as they will turn the ball over with a foul to the Lakers.
And Nickel still looking to get involved, only has a few points.
And it looks like the Chiefs are going to go with that full court press that worked so well against Jerome in the first half of the game last week. Surely the Lake has looked at this and found a way to beat it. Bellefontaine kind of pulled that out surprisingly against Jerome, and it looks like they weren't necessarily ready for it. The Lake did a little bit better breaking out of that there.
And they're just so calm breaking down their press. You can tell that's one of Coach Overturf's main points. Just stay calm, let it flow, get your job done on the offensive end, and just keep making plays. And that's a great show. That's a great sign of experience from his team right there.
Now, what do you know about Coach Overturf? I think he's in his 5th season, or has he been coaching longer than that?
That sounds about right to me. In his limited time, he's had a lot of success.
Right,
Obviously, he's had some great athletes come through his program. As we saw with the Hall of Fame night before, Caleb Worster, Luke Jackson. I mean, those guys could just light it up. But it seems to me like his team doesn't really have any dark spots as it goes. And that could just be a thing of not having been around the program long. But still, it's pretty impressive for a coach not being around that long to have a program this successful.
Overton yelling something to his teammates there. Don't necessarily know what it was, but it looks like he was not very happy. Maybe wanted the ball down low. And, yeah, like I said, Overturf has kind of transformed this Lakers basketball program a little bit. But both teams are evenly matched tonight, that's for sure.
And the scoreboard shows that. I mean, it's gonna come down to the Chieftains' presence in the paint on both ends, for sure.
Lake looking to see what they can do here. Like I said, they're kind of back on their slow it down phase. It looks like they have two modes, slow and fast, you know? So let's see what we do here.
Tuttle, not much of a guard, looking to, it looks like they're trying to get Nickel involved off ball, like there he is in the paint.
Nickel decided to take it alone, per usual, and Overton Story will stuff that. Good pickup from Maddox Hall. And number 24, Dawson Finfrock.
That's a hard closeout for Overton, getting beat on that. You live with that. Guy in the paint, maybe it's a step up a little bit, but that's just a good play by the Lake.
Chiefs looking to respond here. Now, Jack, you've been in the Bellefontaine program a little bit. How often do you guys kind of deter away from your playbook when you're running it on the floor offensively?
I would say that the intent is to run it as much as we can.
Yeah, obviously, right.
In the past few years, we haven't had the opportunities to shy away too much, because how you shy away from that, you do it by scoring in transition, getting offensive rebounds and things like that. And I would say in the high school basketball as a whole, you're not really just going to call isolation plays and let your guys go at it, because it's just hard. So we're running out of our playbook a majority of the time.
And that is a charge call. The Indian Lake fans are loving that.
And Wilson's got to be more careful charging into that paint. That's another little asset of the Lake team, that really keeping that's something that goes along with being
and
this.
Wilson is walking back
team.
and appears he needs to be on a press. His teammate Riley Neer needs to get his head back into it. And yeah, Stolly's, so you could see that from all the way up here that he's not emotionally there right now.
He's not. Yeah, he's got to get that into gear if this team wants to have a chance. He's such an important piece of this team, and he's not doing his team a service when his head's down.
Absolutely. So he'll be all right. He'll just kind of need a few minutes as Reamer checks in. 3-point shooter for the Chieftains.
And breaking that press by the Lake. That's just
that was a terrific move. And an amazing pass out of Caden Nicker. That was just ridiculous.
Was that a no look to the 3-point line down low?
I think it was. So.
Veteran move. St. Clair misses the layup. Overton with the board, goes up strong again. Will not get it to go.
Whose ball will that be? Bellefontain's. And I have to say the momentum is starting to swing a little bit, and I'm feeling it in the favor of the Lakers so far here in the second quarter.
Nickel may not be getting it to go in the scoring column, but you can see he's letting the Chieftains know that he's not going to be held in check so easy, really rushing down for balls, getting active on defense, and just giving this Lake team life right now.
So far, does not feel affected by the fact that he's not really on track to score his average.
And that's the sign of a great player, someone who just wants to impact the game in every way they can.
And they will go into number 24, Dawson Finfrock, getting involved as Caden Nickel lets it fly.
Ooh.
Off mark, but they will not be able to pull out an offensive rebound. Caden Reams bobbling the ball, and I find the Chieftains, I think I feel a timeout here.
I would agree with you.
Yeah, as Caden Reams will foul.
The ball's just completely out of control on both ends right now. This is no man's land in a basketball game. If you're a coach on either end, you don't like to be in this spot. You got to slow the game down.
And it is fun to watch up here, though. That's for sure.
Of course.
Looks like we're going to see the Lake here kind of slow it down. Yep. Figured.
And they're going back to this off-ball movement, trying to get Tuttle his shots and trying to get the Nickel down in the post with this matchup against Riley Neer. They know he's stronger than Neer, so they're going to try to abuse that as much as possible.
It is interesting to see that, and it looks like we have an isolation play a little bit here. They're pulling the offense to the right side of the court. See if Nickel can win the one-on-one. Doesn't like the look, though. Great interception there from Carter Snap.
Snap right off the backside, and that's just so natural to him once again, showing his veteran technique on that steal.
Riley for 3 at the top of the key. Neer, Will Bill would open his night up for 3.
And that meets his scoring average right there, so we'll see what he can get going.
And that will bring the deficit down to 1 for the Chieftains. I love that rebound right there, that rebound shot, not rebound. But.
And if I'm Neer right now, I'm trying to keep Nickel on the three-point line. You see that shot that didn't hit rim. You want him to keep taking shots from out there right now. I know you're not usually going to say that, but he's so dangerous in the paint and playmaking.
Another interception again.
Great hands by Scott getting that pass.
Man, Jack, I have to say, it is hard to keep up with how fast the game is right now.
I will say, we have not seen this much from the Chiefs this season. Going after balls like this. Steals are getting racked up already.
It's good that you guys can see what is going on here tonight with the live stream, because if this was radio, by the time I'd say something, the other thing had happened. So. And do you think the Chiefs will take this down here with 50 seconds remaining?
You get a good shot right here, like as Snap shoots that fadeaway. Yep, just like that. As he tacks 2 more onto the board. He's got 4 tonight. Scoring pretty evenly balanced so far between the big men.
So what's interesting, Jack, is that Bellefontaine is on track to score their average, but the Lakers are not. So Bellefontaine playing good defensively here tonight.
Yeah, that's a testament to the work that they've been putting in on
Another
defense.
3-ball off target from the Lake.
Snap takes it down the court, too, looking to get an easy bucket before
13
time
to
runs
go.
out.
Snap from the free throw line. Will not be able to get it to go.
And that's not really the look you want,
No.
but
And Tavian St. Clair just stripped the ball from Caden Nickel and will float that
to beat
Wow.
the buzzer.
in. Wow.
St. Clair ice in his veins.
The Chiefs are up 3, excuse me, going into half. And that is just terrific out of the Chieftains there right at the end. The boys are going to feel themselves going into the locker room there.
Of course, the Chieftains are feeling like they're stealing Christmas.
A little bit of argument here out of Coach Overturf. He does not like the call.
And if you're a coach, you've got to fight for your guys right there. You take that even if you don't, even if it was blatantly the correct call. And, that just shows that he's got his guys back and he's willing to do anything to win.
Absolutely. We are going to take a quick break here, around an 8-minute break here on HorvathProductions.com/live for halftime. Thank you for tuning in with us tonight. We will be back for your second half action. Chiefs are up 4, excuse me, not 3.
At Horvath Productions, we offer specialized wedding films that cater to you and your spouse. With top-of-the-line equipment and storytelling skills, we can assure you that the biggest day of your lives will be captured from start to finish. On top of that, we offer some of the lowest rates in the industry so that you can have the best experience possible without having to give up other important aspects of your event. Visit HorvathProductions.com/weddings to see how we can make your memory.
We are back here on HorvathProductions.com/live as the teams make their way out to the floor to warm back up. And the Chieftains are up 4, Jack.
Great showing by them so far. It looks like they're executing according to the game plan tonight, really getting in the paint, getting their shots up.
Yep.
Not much active from the three-point line right now. But, you know, good showing by them. Really good job on defense so far, and it's shaping up to be a good second half of basketball.
Absolutely. We got a minute away here until the second half begins as the Pet Man does their performance. And what do you want to see a little bit here in transition from both teams? Because I feel like that's where both teams are kind of really getting it to go, you know what I mean? So what do you think as the Pet Man here is getting pretty loud? If you can't hear us, we're sorry. But we'll talk here in transition here in a second. This is a loud gym.
It's a loud Pet Man. Oh my. Can't hear myself think.
No, yeah, right?
Doing a good job.
And great performance there, the Indiana Lake Pep Band.
This game's got everything tonight.
Right, yeah, it does. It's really what I want to see out of Central Buckeye Conference basketball and just Logan County basketball in general. I'm really having a good time. So, Chiefs up 4. Relatively sloppy first half. I mean, great performance from both sides at certain points, but a lot of turnovers. I think both teams are in double digits.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, but you know, when things get sloppy like that, it's such a blessing to be able to score in transition like the Chiefs have tonight. St. Clair was getting those layups left and right, and although we haven't really, the Chiefs haven't been scoring much in the half-court setting, getting those offensive rebounds and transition layups has just been so valuable to them, and they're going to look to capitalize on that this second half as well.
Chiefs will start the half with the ball. St. Clair, his confidence has slowly grown.
He's getting getting more and more comfortable as these games go on, dribbling into the paint right there.
And Overton Story's going to use his big body to be able to get up and go for 2.
Rises right up over the defense. He's got 6 on the night. Not quite the 21-point outing, but solid night from him so far.
Nickel is going to get a free look. Once again, will not be able to get to go, but it's going to go grab his own rebound.
And he's struggling tonight, hitting his outside shots, but his persistence on the offensive glass is really serving him well tonight. Not looking to meet his 21-point average so far.
Not at all.
But, you know, he's been a key factor in this game for the Lakers.
Pass off mark from near. A little bit of miscommunication there between the big guy and the guard.
He's not happy about it, but that's a good play by him, just poor execution, and he'll look to continue to do that on the offensive end.
Absolutely.
Looks like the Chiefs are going to hop back into their press, give the Lakes some pressure, or take it back, they'll back off a little bit, get into the half court a little bit.
And I think the Lake is definitely a lot more prepared for this, as Nickel's going to get a free look to pass to number 1.
Good closeout by Overton, maybe a little too close, but if it's no call, then it's good in my opinion.
Overton, great pass to St. Clair. Good offensive chemistry from those two there.
Yeah, and this offense has been evolving before our eyes. That was a complete autonomous pass. You didn't even have to think about that one.
Another great pass from Nickel. And that is an interception from Overton Story. Big guy's really getting dirty. St. Clair with a little bit of a heat check fade away there.
Interesting shot by him. They had the numbers, but couldn't quite get it to go.
Almost got it to go, but not quite. Good move from Nickel again. Those are going to eventually start falling, Jack. I feel like it's just a matter of him figuring it out.
I don't know. It depends how long. Depends when he gets them to start falling. There's only so much time in the basketball game, and we're midway through the third, and he's not getting it going.
I mean, you're right. And if he doesn't, then I believe a Chieftain victory might be incoming.
Looks like a foul by Snap, giving him a little love with the elbow. Lakers will take it out on the baseline. And if I'm the Lakers right here, I'm going to try to get a quick cut coming down, quick basket, keep the Chiefs on their toes.
I like it.
Looks like they won't go for it.
Stack
They're going to try
maybe?
to run their half-court set. Chiefs aren't falling for it tonight, Zach.
No, they are
They're not having it.
I want to see what the Lake kind of does here to handle adversity of Nickel not necessarily doing too well in the scoring department. Well, they haven't done too bad, I mean, but they are trailing by 6 here. It feels like Bellefontaine has had an answer for just about everything.
Well, if you notice, the adjustment by Stolle to put Snap on Nickel because of his presence in the paint, great adjustment by him because he's not getting things to go at all from the three-point line.
And Coach Stolle is someone that is a veteran to coaching for sure and definitely knows the game of basketball. That is a great adjustment. That's something that I didn't even notice.
Great feat by Snap on defense right there.
And if you're over turf, do you want to tell your boys to stop letting the three fly?
Well,
or I feel like they're shooting about 15% right now from three.
Yeah,
so
and that's another miss by Pickanu. It's hard to say. This is a really tough spot for Coach Overturf because this is something you drill so much over the years, over the summer, and throughout your season, hitting these shots. And when they're not going in, you can't just escape from your identity. You have to continue to go with it because, that's what you're used to do to winning games. You're used to doing.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Snap's going to give it to Tuttle. Little short shot for the baseline, and the shot is short as well.
Nickel on the fast break will just go for himself, and he does get that shot to foul. Is this the resurgence of Caden Nickel tonight?
Well, that's a good job by him of getting to his spot right there. Not quite the post-up looks that he's been getting throughout the game, but the fast break, little floater right there. I like it. It's part of his game. Good shot by him.
Near, lets it fly from three.
Only his second shot of the night, also a three-pointer. Nickel's going to try to get it with going from the perimeter with the big man on him. This is a tough matchup if you're Overton Story, and as Coach Overturf calls the isolation play.
And Overton will just go ahead and foul there. I kind of like it.
Smart decision by him. You can't do much when he's in that position.
It's actually only his second foul of the night, so that's a good foul.
Yep.
As Stolle will take him out. We'll see him later, late in the game.
And
for sure.
That's also a good move by him at this point because they're looking to get him more involved in the perimeter, getting these switches and different matchups. And when you get Overton on him, it's just not a good look.
The Lake really starting to work the top of the key.
Yeah, they're really trying to move it around and see what they can get going. Not having much luck.
Maddox Hall is going to get him to miss, but then he will miss.
I'll tell you what. None of these players are shooting well tonight on the Lake side of things. In the half court at all. This Chiefs defense is really putting some fear into them. They're not even close to their scoring average.
I feel as if the Lake is playing like they have something to lose. I mean, you got a Bellefontaine team that's 2-4, a Lake team that's 4-3, above 500.
And being used to being one of the top teams in the CBC, you see a team like Bellefontaine come in and you don't know how to take them because of their status in the past as kind of a lower tier team in the CBC conference. If I'm Coach Overturf right here, I'm starting to sweat a little bit. I'm not going to show my guys that, but something's got to get going soon. The game is still close, but the Chiefs are winning this battle on the rebounds and defensive side and just giving overall effort right now.
And both teams have had extended time to get ready for this matchup. With the game being canceled on Friday, they had to move it to Tuesday due to weather. And surely Overturf saw on film that this Bellefontaine team was better than the record reflected, right? So I think he was, I could see some very clear frustration out of him. I think he was expecting his star player, Caden Nickel, to make a little bit more impact against his Chiefs tonight.
And I do agree with that. And that's why he's continuing to try to feed him and get him going on offense because he's the catalyst of this team, and without him scoring points, the rest of his guys kind of look at him to take the scoring load off. So it puts him in a hard spot as well.
St. Clair from the free throw line, and that is an and one.
That's
no reaction, ice cold, Jack.
That is
ice
an
cold.
elite move by St. Clair. Like we've been saying all year, Zach, it was just a matter of time before he became the focal point of this Chiefs team. He's always going to be top of the scoring book.
And I mean, everyone talks about him, so and everyone knows, but this kid is something else. Every sport, everything he touches, as he gets the free throw to go.
Such a great athlete, and that's just kind of a what's the word I'm looking for here? It's just kind of his personality, I guess you could say. His physical attributes.
Absolutely.
That's just what he does.
Lakers back to slowing it down. You know what we haven't seen? We haven't seen this turn it over real quick, fast-paced play from the Lake. I think they might need to go back to that. because they are not. Bellefontaine is playing very good lockdown defense.
Well, it's hard because Bellefontaine's shutting it down in transition too.
That's a good pass from number 10.
And that's a poor closeout by Reams on there, getting that whole play started up. It started with him beating him off the dribble.
As Salyer goes down, he'll be able to draw
paint.
the foul. I like that from the young guy, getting down there dirty in the post. And it appears the Chiefs have had an answer for every score here from the Lake.
They're not
drawing the foul here. It's huge.
They're not backing down tonight at all, Zach, and they're showing their toughness and resilience even after suffering a double-digit loss last week and coming off a break from the holidays. They are not giving up.
First free throw will go. Salyer is on the board tonight.
Yep, and he has continued to serve a role as point guard in this offense tonight. Really, Coach Sully's getting him more acclimated to running the point guard slot, and he's had a decent impact on this game tonight.
And that is the second free throw out of Jacob Salyer.
And his confidence is just going to continue to grow as the season goes on. Coach Stolley's banking on that. He is probably one of the players, well, not probably, he is the player, one of the main players of the future for this team, and he's going to rely on his success. Poor foul by Scott right there. That's just not what you want to do in that situation.
I like the effort. I do 100%, but
you gotta contain it. You gotta have contained effort somewhere along those lines.
And it was a great idea, and he went for it. So no harm, no foul so far. I mean, that may come back to bite him in the late game. We'll see. But
looks like
Caden Reams almost with the interception. Not close though.
The Lakers are still trying to get to go into this offense, and the Chiefs are flying around as St. Clair tips the ball off number 10.
Is that Chieftain ball? What a play out of St. Clair.
How many steals is that for him tonight?
A lot. 4? And everything is just not going to Lake's way right now. I mean, that completely bounced off of the other kid as soon as St. Clair touched the ball. I mean, another timeout may be in order. I mean, I know you don't want to use them, but
and Chieftains really doing a great job working the ball around. Scott will not get the layup to go. That's a difficult shot by him. And the Lake can't get anything to go in transition. Poor defense on the outside by the Chiefs. They get a good look.
Once again, the Lake cannot get it to go. Wow, Jack.
And I tell you what, if the Chiefs keep closing out so poorly like that, then they're going to make them pay eventually.
Right.
That's just not what you want to see from the stellar defense that's been active all game.
And that is going to be what is that, a wraparound call? I don't quite know. What is that signal? Do you know?
Something like that, bear hug?
Yeah.
Tackle?
Right. I don't know. It was a foul in the Lake. We'll just go with that. Bellefontaine will inbound here on the baseline.
Chieftains are going to look to get it going on the perimeter again. Going to look to attack that paint. It's cleared out right now with Tuttle man in the inside. They're not quite running that zone look, so they're going to try to get some off-ball action here and see what opens up for them.
Stolley setting his troops up.
Snap on the perimeter, not his usual spot that you're going to see him operate in.
Reams will take it down low, and he'll try the pass. A little bit sloppy there.
Great idea by Reams, poor execution. I mean, if you can get it to go, that's a great gamble. But in that situation, you're up 7 points right now. If you're the Chiefs, my scoreboard's blocked a little bit.
Yeah, they are up
7 points.
31-24. We got a hoop in the way.
You've got to just tone it down a little bit in that situation. Try to keep your lead heading into the fourth. Nichols going to try to get it going on the inside. That's the only place where he's found hope tonight as he just passes it away. He's getting flustered by this point. Not quite showing that same energy he was earlier in the game.
Even though the Chiefs are up 7, Indian Lake is 2 short little three-pointers away from getting right back in this game and this crowd exploding.
That's very true.
Bellefontaine needs to continue the pressure on Caden Nickel and his partner Camden Tuttle.
And like we've been saying all night, that is their identity. When they can get hot from outside, they are hot.
Good defense from Harper Scott, even better offense from Camden Tuttle. And like I said,
great
maybe this is the
by
turning
him
point
to show strength in that paint. Chiefs offense looking kind of stagnant right now. They've been working it around, but just mounting a few turnovers.
Right.
You'd like to see him get it down low, maybe look for a shot from Carter Snap on the elbow.
They would definitely like to enter the fourth quarter with a lead, so I think that's kind of what they're going for here.
And I'm not sure I like all this activity on top from the Chiefs right now. It's not what's been working for them all game. I know they're trying to set it up, slow the ball down a little bit, but you've got to get some more shots on the inside.
I feel as if they're a little bit in survival mode, waiting for Overton to get back in, because Overton has kind of taken over this game tonight.
Him and St. Clair.
Yeah, him and St. Clair for sure. So
really
when they're both on the floor, it's gonna be time for them. So I think that's kind of what the Chiefs are waiting here. It's kind of playing survival.
They're also holding for the last shot from about 30 seconds away, and
I mean, that's what you want if you're the Lake. You're going to get this last look.
Yeah,
I don't even know how to explain that.
The Chiefs are showing that aren't showing their composure right now. Need to get it together.
From Salyer. Nickel looks like he's probably going to be the one to take this, and he's just going to drive that all the way down low.
Great block by Reams with a little stare down after, showing the Lakers that Chiefs are not going to give up tonight.
And Jack, we are up 5. We have a thriller coming your way here at Indian Lake High School. We're going to take a quick 30-second break, and we'll be right back here for fourth quarter action.
At Horvath Productions, we offer specialized wedding films that cater to you and your spouse. With top-of-the-line equipment and storytelling skills, we can assure you that the biggest day of your lives will be captured from start to finish. On top of that, we offer some of the lowest rates in the industry so that you can have the best experience possible without having to give up other important aspects of your event. Visit horvathproductions.com/weddings to see how we can make your memory.
And we are back here at Indian Lake High School. Chieftains up 5, 31-26. Time for the fourth quarter, Jack. What did you see there in the third? A lot slower pace of play compared to the first half.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, this Lake team's really trying to slow the game down. On Overturf side of things, that's a great call by him because Chiefs got all those points from St. Clair and Overton down in the short corner first half. So from his point of view, that would be the good thing to do. But also in that, you would hope that your team is good enough at running their offense that they can get their shots to fall, and it just didn't happen that quarter. Leading scorer, Caden Nickel, 19 points per game on the season. Only scored 2 that last quarter and is in single digits.
Absolutely.
Not what you want to see from the Lake side of things.
No.
And they're, you would think that they're going to look to speed it up a little bit and try to hit their shots, but we will see as this fourth quarter unfolds.
We are underway here. 8 minutes of basketball remaining.
It looks like they're going to put Neer back on Nickel, and well, they're switching around a little bit.
Is that a 3-2 zone?
A little bit of a zone look.
Yeah.
It's a variation of it. You're going to try to pull your wings up and put that background peripheral pressure on top of those top ball handlers.
And that's what's nice about having Overton down in the paint. You can kind of just let him go to work. Same thing with Carter Snap. So they know what they're going to do, and they're going to
really
hard to take the fights. Absolutely.
In that paint.
And we got a baseline call here.
Go push.
And Overton is out right away. Wow. And Stolly really wants to save him, but I was really hoping to see him kind of take this game over. It's a shame that he just got taken out that early.
Well, that's his third foul. At this point, I'm not sure. Well, you take him out because you only have 5. Wow, rough shot by Tuttle right there. He's gotten nothing.
Great rebound from Nickel.
Once again,
that's going to be a defensive foul.
I tell you what, Nickel has not been hitting shots tonight, but he is everywhere on the offensive glass. Even when he's not showing as much fire as he was earlier in the game. But it just doesn't matter.
And with all these opportunities in the Lake and the looks that they're getting, they're going to get one to go eventually.
As they get a great shot right there from Hall.
And once again, not able to grab the board. Never mind, the Chiefs are going to be able to pick that up.
Pickanews put some
Neer
shots
with a quick
up
pass
tonight,
down to St. Clair to Scott. Scott won't be able to get that to go. Lakers and transition. And we are back to the first half. Very quick play.
And they're just throwing it around right now. I don't know if you look to slow it down a little bit, but you want a better, a more balanced shot, a more under control shot than that. If you're the Lake, Snap with his go-to move won't go, but you take that. He's so good. He's so dangerous when he gets to that little paint area.
As of right now, as Nickel just goes through the entire defensive side of the Chieftains, Stolly is not happy.
And he couldn't pick a better time to come alive. 3-point swing here with about 6 minutes left in this fourth quarter. This is, if you're Coach Overturf, I'm breathing, or if I'm Coach Overturf, I'm breathing a sigh of relief.
Yeah.
Chiefs going back to their bread and
Down
butter.
low. C.J. Wilson will shoot that for 3, and that is huge for the Chiefs. Wilson opens his night up.
That's something we haven't seen over the last 2 games either. He's been living mainly off drives on the foul line. So to see him hit that 3, if I'm Coach Dolly, I'm really happy for my team at this point in the
Very
game.
clutch 3 there from C.J. Wilson as Nickel lets it fly. Once again, Jack will not be able to get it to go. He's running out of opportunities. As Wilson goes again, will make Nickel miss. Oh my, Jack. And that is a timeout from the Lakers. That is huge.
5-point swing from the Chiefs right there, all coming from Wilson. And you know, if Nickel doesn't get it going soon, these Lakers are going to have a problem.
And we're going to stay on board here, Jack. Break that down to me. It looks like the Lakers just completely neglected C.J. Wilson. He just did what he does best.
And that's where, as we've watched him throughout the entire season, this is where we see him make his money in the basketball game. Drives to the paint, put a really good Euro step on, made the defender miss, and he's the height difference anyway. Wilson has a little height on a lot of the defenders he goes for on that guard spot. So getting that layup, it's just easy for him. That's what he does. That three-pointer, though, on the other hand, that is something we haven't seen that much, and given that just gives a shot of life into this Chiefs offense.
Wilson has really come into his own a little bit more this year. Definitely going to have an amazing senior season. And he was kind of neglected there, and he made them pay for that for sure, 100%. See what the Lake does here to respond.
And with the presence of the big men in this game, it makes sense that he's being neglected a little bit. Now, if you're Coach Overturf, you've got to guard the entire floor. You can't let off on any spot.
And Nickel not able to get it going down in the post.
He's struggling. You can tell he's frustrated tonight, not getting his shots to go.
And one thing I do have to point out is he might be internally, but he looks very composed still on the outside, and I appreciate that from a young student athlete for sure.
Composed, yes, but do you want to see that in this kind of situation? If I'm Coach Overturf, I want to see a little fire from my guys at this point.
I do agree with that.
He's the team leader. He's scoring the points. You got to get him going. You got to get him to show a little emotion if you want to get the rest of the team around.
Once again, Chieftains are in the driver's seat.
And Wilson's going to take it to the paint again. He's got to be careful.
Is that a charge? And that is a charge. I like that call.
And if I'm Wilson, I like that call too. He's got to come up with a spin move or something. Got to stop picking that ball up so early. That's what's really going to take his game to the next level. Being able to stay controlled when he's in the paint and still get quality shots and not sacrificing the foul and a turnover.
Absolutely. Great idea. It's like as he gets older, that's something that he'll probably learn to pick up. He's an AAU basketball player, plays in the spring. So
well, AAU might not be the biggest helper of that.
Right.
But getting older as a player sure will. But that's like hitting a brick wall for this offense.
Right. Chieftains on the press. Looks like Riley Neer will be the only guy pulled up here. They do not want the ball in Nickel's hands.
And they're going to, I assume, keep going back to these off-ball looks, maybe looking to get him a little shot in the paint. Try to hit the 30-point mark tonight, something they've not struggled to do in any game this season.
3-2 zone, working it. And that
Finn
is
Frog.
another turnover. I guess turnover, missed shot. I don't really know what you put that in the scoring department.
That was a good shot by Finn Frog, too. Really good drive. Not something we've really seen from him all game. Just can't get it to go.
Put himself too deep in the post. Too deep on the baseline. He's going to end up hitting the back of the backboard.
He's got to get his feet set. Not the most athletic guy in the world, so he's really got to try to just get a good quality shot there and not do too much.
And, Jack, I have to say, the Lakers need to start putting some points on the board because when the big boy Keegan Overton Story gets back in this game, it's going to be hard to compete.
And, of course, with him not in the game right now, you'd think they'd be taking bigger advantage of that, but they're struggling to score at all. The Chieftain defense is really doing a great job keeping them honest. As
Harper Scott will just not be able to get that to go.
He's been struggling on the offensive night tonight, more of a project player on Coach Stolly's team, but I'm okay with that shot.
And Caden Nickel is coming alive, possibly. I've seen a glimpse of it.
We'll see. And if I'm Coach Stolly, I'm not okay with that shot from Nickel. Great job by him. And he's been almost all of his points have come from that exact same type of situation, driving on that towards that right baseline and getting it to go with a little finger roll. Excellent move by him. And without Overton in the game, albeit St. Clair's wingspan does have an effect on that shot, but, great shot by him.
Nickel will land the free throw, and they will bring that back down to a 5-point deficit.
And he's already scored more points in this quarter
Wilson's
than he
going to
did in
take
the
that
last.
nice little pass to Scott.
And good.
CJ back down low, and he's going to be able to get that to go.
And that's what I was talking about, taking his game to the next level. If you saw
Yep.
Nickel try to take the charge down there, he just swiped it right off to Harper, looped back around for the easy layup.
Nickel, ball's going to be swiped out from him. The Chieftains playing with some passion as Nickel, he'll get 5 points in about 30 seconds. Here we go. Let's see what happens here.
I guess he has finally come alive in this game, willing these Lakers back into the driver's seat, although they are still behind.
He is working Riley near. Lakers student section getting into it.
And this is the first time we've
Timeout
heard them
from the
all
Chiefs.
game. This could be an energy shift. 5-point deficit by the Lakers. They're going to try to stay involved in this game and not let it get out of hand.
Well, and Jack, that's to me what's crazy about the game of basketball is the Chiefs are up 8 points, looking to take it to double digits for the first time all night. And next thing you know, the Lakers bring it back, and within a minute, now they're only down 5.
I tell you what, though, if I'm Coach Stolley, I'm putting Overton's story back in the game right here, getting him a little involved on the offensive end, and trying to really get back to what propelled this team in the first quarter.
Absolutely.
Just to try to counter what Nickel's doing right now. I mean, the Chiefs have kind of caught a break. He's not been hitting the shots, but that's a testament to their inside defense. It's not just been Overton's story contesting these shots throughout the game. The whole Chieftain defense, although they've been having some sloppy closeouts, struggle guarding the drive, they've been really talented at stopping those shots in the paint.
We are 10 seconds away from the final sprint to the finish line here at Indian Lake High School. Like I said, I do think we will be crowning the best in Logan County tonight.
May not find that out until the Ben Logan game wraps
Sure.
up later in the season, but judging by the records at this point, I would have to agree
Absolutely.
with
Chieftains up 5.
you. Lake Jock Block really getting into it. We'll see if the Lakers can feed off that energy to really get something going here
Nickel staying
as this
quick on
fourth
his
quarter
feet. They're
winds
going to try
down.
to see if they can trap Wilson here in this 3-2 zone they're running a little bit. Maybe more of a man action. Help defense.
It looks like they're playing a guy off of Scott due to not being much of a threat.
Good drive from Snap. Grab
Great.
his own offensive rebound. That's huge.
Great effort by Snap, and they've got an empty man. You got to take. Looks like Overturf will call a timeout. Chiefs couldn't get to go fast enough,
All
but
right.
they're keeping them honest.
We are going to take a quick break here. We'll be right back at you.
At Horvath Productions, we offer specialized wedding films that cater to you and your spouse. With top-of-the-line equipment and storytelling skills, we can assure you that the biggest day of your lives will be captured from start to finish. On top of that, we offer some of the lowest rates in the industry so that you can have the best experience possible without having to give up other important aspects of your event. Visit horvathproductions.com/weddings to see how we can make your event.
And we are back here on horvathproductions.com/live with 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in this highly anticipated matchup between the Indian Lake Lakers and Bellefontaine Chieftains. Thank you for tuning in and purchasing our live stream tonight.
And if the Chiefs continue to keep battling back with these Caden Nickel drives, this could potentially be the first win against Indian Lake in a couple years now.
And St. Clair will turn the ball over to the Lakers, and Nickel will go down and draw the foul. Here he goes.
Can't let him get into his spot. It's so valuable. Once again, we've been talking about him all game. When he gets to that paint spot, you can almost guarantee he's either getting fouled or scoring the layup.
2 minutes and 28 seconds remaining, and I think it's going to be a thriller, Jack. This game is far from over.
And these free throws are going to be crucial for this Lakers team. But even more crucial is how the Chieftains respond to these to this effort, late game effort by the
Jack,
Lake.
I have to ask, when do you put Keegan Overton's story in if you're Coach Stolley here? I mean, I think it's time.
You wait a few more possessions at this point. It's not urgent to keep him in the game. I mean, they're making him earn it at the line right now, and the Chiefs have not been fouling all game. So this is a strategy you can live by. As he bricks that free throw, only scoring one
It's going to be
point.
a foul on Nickel.
And once again, he's frustrated, as he has been the entire game. So if you're Overton with 3 fouls, Caden Nickel has 4. That is not good for the Lakers. he's the only hope they have of getting back into this game.
And the Chieftains, surely, like I said, our scoreboard is blocked. The Chieftains have to be near the bonus at this point, maybe one away.
Stolly looks to get a little bit more offense in the game as Reams comes in for Scott. Scott hasn't really been able to get anything going from the offensive end. Reams, as we know, three-point sniper, could be the nail in the coffin for this Chiefs-Lakers game.
As Wilson falls down. Travel, and the Lake fans are loving it, Jack.
I like the call.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. Good hard play there.
Wilson tries to get, does a little bit of acting right there, tries to get the call.
Yep.
But if you're the refs, that's a great call by them. Coach Solly fighting for his guys right there, as I talked about earlier. Mark of caring for your guys, and we'll see how that transforms the energy and shift of this game. Coach Solly not happy at all with that one.
2 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. Chiefs only up 4. The Lake has slowly but surely crawled back into this game.
Looks like Reams will immediately come back out for Scott. Interesting substitution by Coach Solly in this situation. Maybe he's going possession by possession.
And Jack, I hate to address the elephant in the room and kind of beat a dead horse here, but I would really like to see Keegan Overton's story back in the game.
As time winds down, I'm going to have to agree with you, Zach. He's got 3 fouls. I mean, it's not like he's on the verge of fouling out, and these nickel drives are really what's causing, giving the Chiefs grief right now. And
between him and St. Clair early on in the game, they were kind of eating him up. So I would like to see him go to the bench here and put Overton in.
And we really haven't seen that transition effort by the Chiefs since the first quarter, and they're probably not going to try to get back into it now. I bet with this smaller, faster lineup, they're just going to try to speed to the basket, play some solid defense, and try to prevent this Lakers team from coming back. Because as we know, Tavian St. Clair and Carter Snap are both very capable defenders on this inside. Maybe not as much as Overton, but they're more of a dynamic, versatile defender, whereas Overton mainly in the post, as we saw earlier when he was trying to guard nickel.
And I'd like to see the possession time here for the Lake this fourth quarter to see how much longer they've had the ball compared to the Chieftains.
And this year, they've been a run and gun team, so this must be kind of awkward for their players to settle into.
Number 10 looking to open the game up. No. As St. Clair here in transition, let's see what he's going to do. He's just going to take that down low. And is that a charge or a block? That will be a block call. The Chieftains are loving it, Jack.
Looks like there's a little dispute.
That is a crucial call. Overturf is clearly upset with that one.
And I do agree with that call as well. He was not in position to force that charge, but Chieftains have to be careful on this drive to the basket.
Absolutely.
On these drives, I mean, sorry.
Near, looking to see where he wants it.
Great look.
Great pass from Harper Scott. The no-looker down to Near.
Overturf not happy with that one. You can tell that's something he preaches, not falling asleep on defense for his guys, and to see that happen at this stage of the game, he's sweating a little bit at this point.
And that was just terrific chemistry from the two. Scott didn't have the look. He's going to go back to where he got the ball from.
And this Chieftain offense is like a tree. It just keeps growing new branches, new different options that they can go to. That's not something we've seen from the Chiefs this season, getting crafty on the inbound plays like that. Tell you what, Zach, when you can do things like that on inbounds plays, get in transition, get offensive rebounds, you don't have to score in the half court as much as you would otherwise, because that has been something the Chieftains have struggled with.
Yep.
Although they've gotten better, this newfound identity in doing the little things has really helped the Chieftain offense out this year.
And I have to say, Jack, I'm very glad that we came to do this game tonight. Like I said, thank you for purchasing our live stream and tuning in here on horvathproductions.com/live. This is a new kind of industry that we have went into here live streaming. It's only our second broadcast of the 2022 basketball season. So we appreciate you coming along with us for probably one of the highest anticipated matchups in the CBC this year.
Like you said,
early on.
This is battle for Logan County right now. This is for bragging rights as it stands. And not only that, Chiefs are going to look to go 500 for the first time in about 3 years now.
Yeah, so after this win, they will be one win away from 500, and that's going to be a good little swing from their start of the season. 3
games, too. That would tie their most wins in a season.
Absolutely.
Which is crazy to think about because we're only on game 6.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Chieftains shading a little bit, running a zone look. Well, it's a zone man kind of crossover.
A little bit of help defense action.
Yep, getting that peripheral shade going on, trying to keep the Lake ball handlers nervous. keep them guessing. And that is what is so crucial to running this type of defense. You see Scott on their backside with his hands up and ready to intercept that ball. Great job by him to force the ball out of bounds.
We are 15 seconds away from the final 60 seconds of this game. As CJ Wilson's gonna go up for that like a wide receiver and intercept the ball. Pump fake action, he's gonna get 2, Jack.
Veteran move by him right there. You can see him progressing before our eyes, Zach. Another layup, and he's just being more and more careful on that inside.
Looked like a 50-50 ball on the football field there.
Just like it.
60 seconds remaining here at Indian Lake High School.
Time is running down for these Lakers to get something going. As Pickanu hits the mid-range. Great shot by him.
But Jack, the Lakers are running out of time.
Puts them within 6 with just about a minute left. This is not the position you want to be in at all for the Lake. They're not used to this situation, especially to this Bellefontaine team. Great job by them to counteract everything the Lake has thrown at them tonight. And the Lake will try to get Caden Nickel activated for this final minute of play. And I will tell you, Zach, he's a great player. He's capable of it, but we will see if he taps into it tonight.
Absolutely, Jack. Let's see what happens here. 30 seconds away from back to action. Do we check Keegan Overton in? I know we keep talking about it. It doesn't look like it, Jack.
I'll tell you what.
Coach Sully's going to go with it.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That was, I assume that was the game plan coming into this game. Half-court offense, run and gun team, smaller guys who are all faster than Overton. He's had trouble guarding on the perimeter all night. And these drives, although Caden Nickel has kind of come alive this quarter, it's just too little too late. Yep. And you stick with your guns and you're matching everything the Lake's doing with this lineup. If I'm Coach Sully, I don't see why I have to change it.
I like it. I like it.
It's not a bad move to put him in, but I understand it.
I do see both sides for sure here, 100%.
About 51 seconds remaining in this game. We'll see if the Chiefs can put them away here.
Bellefontaine with the ball. Lakers are going to resort to the full court press, obviously.
And St. Clair.
And they are going to foul here as the ref almost takes the tumble.
Hop, skip, and a jump over number 10, Pickanu. And St. Clair, something we haven't seen on him, breaking that press. You normally don't want to dribble down the sideline unless they give it to you. But when you're his kind of athlete, you know, you say why not, and you take it anyway. He's a gamer. He's got that. He's got that competitive attribute to him.
And we don't know much about him from the line, so let's see if this ends up being a good decision for the Lake. It appears, yes, it was.
And once again, that just has to do with getting comfortable in the flow of the game.
Absolutely.
So we'll see as he continues in this season what will happen.
Nickel looking for something here. They are running out of time as they let it go for 3.
Blown coverage by the Chieftains. Tough look.
And something down low. Is that Bellefontaine ball, Jack?
Nickel frustrated. He thought it was a putback and was letting the refs hear it, but it doesn't look like it. Chiefs will be shooting free throws.
And Jack, that is huge.
Absolutely huge for the Chieftains, with the opportunity to make an 8-point game with 33 seconds left. Zach, I will say that is too little too late if you're the Lakers and you're trying to come back from this.
I think it is, and I think right here, Snap can put this away with just even 1. So.
And he's been pretty solid from the line this season, not completely money, but he's got it in him.
Carter Snap. Will get that to go, and it is almost out of reach for this Indian Lake offense. They just could not keep up with the Chieftains tonight. Great game, though. I mean, let's not count them out quite yet, but and Carter Snap would almost put it away there.
And that just about does it, Zach.
Yep.
The Lakers are going to try to extend this game out with their timeouts and personnel. They're going to try to get things going quick, but it's looking to be the end of the game.
And yeah, I think they're kind of just going to let it go themselves too. I mean, great take, but they just wasted 15 seconds with that take. So.
Yeah, and only for 2 points, puts it back within 6. And like I said before, Coach Overturf's going to try to prolong this game a little bit. But at what point do you accept the defeat? Obviously, from a competitive standpoint, never. But I bet he goes until he uses all his timeouts in this situation.
Absolutely, and you don't want to give up. I mean, there's a chance. For sure. 100%.
And you've got guys like Nickel and Tuttle on your team who are going to fight till the very end. And this is not something they're used to. On a very successful team last year, And being juniors, you know, they're going to look to squeeze every little bit out of this game that they can. Excuse me, Tuttle is a sophomore. So great composure by them this late in the game to stay competitive and keep fighting.
All right, and we are entering the final 20 seconds of play. Chieftains up 6. There is hope for the Lake, but I put their winning percentage up a little bit under 10% here, Jack. What do you think?
I would agree with that. Huge statement win by the Chiefs tonight. If they can pull this out, shows the rest of the CBC that the Chiefs are not coming to mess around this year.
And that is going to be the inbound.
Great
foul
feed
incoming.
by Snap.
St. Clair back to the line.
And that is textbook of how to break a press right there. Snap rushing from the opposite baseline to receive that pass in the middle, give it to St. Clair. He did miss those initial free throws, but with his shooting form and his athletic status, I would not doubt that he hits both of these and puts this game to bed.
Chiefs not quite in double bonus here. So like I said, that chance I was talking about, we have 15 seconds remaining. St. Clair misses this first free throw. Hope will come alive if the Lakers can come down and find a way to get 3. He will not be able to miss it, but great offensive rebound from C.J. Wilson. What's the call going to be?
Another thing that we haven't really seen from Wilson this year, he's really come into his competitive spirit tonight. We knew we had it in him, but was he going to tap into it was the question. He's answered that completely.
And Jack, I have to say that the Lake has had opportunities to get back into this game, but the Chiefs are just answering for everything. I mean, that should have been an easy defensive rebound there.
They are not backing down at all, taking a punch and giving 2 right back. If Wilson can hit these free throws, as he continues to up his percentage from his abysmal start to the season, he's making all of them now.
Bellefontaine sending 3 guys back because they know that this might be it. A little bit of victory formation action here.
Yeah, but if you're Coach Stolley, you're really happy with this effort by the Chieftains tonight. You're okay with sending your guys back. As Wilson misses that one, still not going to be enough to let the Lakers back in this game.
Will just take it and he'll push that out for 3. And that will probably seal the deal tonight, Jack, as they will be able to get to go with 1 second remaining. And that is it, Jack.
Chieftains beat the Lakers for the first time in 3 years behind an excellent showing from St. Clair.
The pep band is out and performing, but not for the Lakers tonight, as they will lose by 5 to the Bellefontaine Chieftains.
Adds kind of insult to injury, don't you think?
No, you know, let the kids play, I guess, right? Yeah. But that is just what a game. And just terrific performance from both teams. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll hit you with the post game here on HorvathProductions.com/live in 30 seconds.
At Horvath Productions, we offer specialized wedding films that cater to you and your spouse. With top-of-the-line equipment and storytelling skills, we can assure you that the biggest day of your lives will be captured from start to finish. On top of that, we offer some of the lowest rates in the industry so that you can have the best experience possible without having to give up other important aspects of your event. Visit HorvathProductions.com/weddings to see how we can make your memory.
And we are back here for the post game here on HorvathProductions.com/live. Thank you for tuning into our live stream. Jack, tell me about those final few moments there. I feel like the Chiefs had an answer for everything tonight.
Oh, they sure did. It was just like a boxing match. Take one punch, give another one right back.
Absolutely.
Really getting anything they wanted down in that paint area. And that Lake defense tonight, they just couldn't handle the heat.
No, and
they couldn't take it.
And that's really the best way to describe it. Caden Nickel, it's interesting to see if, the Chiefs, they watch the film. I mean, they do. And they knew they were going to need a night of him missing, and it happened.
It was a very tough game for him tonight. You know, he's a guy who's going to get frustrated when he's not getting the shots because he's so good. You know, being a 20-point-per-game scorer, he was held in single digits tonight. Right. Something he's not used to in the slightest. So, in general, it's going to be frustrating for him. It's going to be a learning thing, but no doubt in my mind he will come back stronger from this.
Absolutely.
And the Lake will continue to be the team to beat in this conference.
Absolutely. I just want to let everyone know that the Chiefs have a quick turnaround here. They are back in action Thursday against North Union. We will be live streaming that here on HorvathProductions.com/live. Jack, give me a little bit of a preview for that game. North Union's talented.
They sure are, but they've graduated a few players. You know, they've been a successful team in the past few years.
Yep.
Owen Davis, a major key to their team last year, has early enrolled at the University of Purdue, so they're without him. upcoming sophomore or freshman Miles Hall, I believe, has been a great player for them this year. So if the Chiefs can shut him down, I'm not sure North Union really has that other scorer like they did in the past few years with the likes of Zach Vernon.
Yep.
But we will see what they have to throw at the Chieftains tonight, because as it stands right now, the Chieftains are coming in to the middle to top of the CBC. The Lakers are now 4-4. Chiefs are now 3-3. So as that power balance kind of continues to shift, I believe the Chieftains will become more confident and really bring it to these North Union Wildcats this week.
And I believe the Wildcats are without a starting player due to injury, so that's going to be very effective in the game.
Going to make it even tougher on them as this Chieftain team
Absolutely.
continues to hit their stride and hit shots. And as they get more talented in their half-court offense and more comfortable, it's going to be even harder for these Wildcats to stop them. But who knows? North Union, a team we haven't heard much about throughout the season. I've been in a lot of close games. I know that. We'll see what kind of fight they bring to the Chiefs.
And Bellefontaine has increased their scoring average per game once again. They are really starting to come alive on offense, but not particularly one player. As you can see, they're kind of two with the Lake, but Bellefontaine, it's just going around for everybody.
And that kind of offensive balance has its downsides at times. Getting all the players involved, no one's really scoring a lot of points, which when you face a balanced defense like this can serve you really well. But when you end up playing a team with multiple talented defenders and you don't really have a guy that you can go to get you a bucket when you need it, it kind of bites you in the butt. So we'll see if the Chiefs continue to develop. St. Clair really coming into his own, getting into that paint, getting those shots tonight, and scoring in transition. Wilson really showing that he can hit it from three and still get in the paint, and that he's still got it. Snap, a lot of early game scoring, not so much ISO tonight. So there's a lot to look for on this Chieftain team. And the Wildcats team, of course, you have Miles Hall, who's really adept at hitting those outside shots. So we will see.
Absolutely. Like I said, thank you for tuning into our live stream tonight. That is going to do it for us. Once again, like I said, we are back in action on HorvathProductions.com/live 2 days from now for the North Union game. North Union will be traveling to Bellefontaine. That's going to be a huge game for the Chiefs to get back to 500.
And that's a good opportunity for them at home,
right.
You know, finishing up this little stay away at Indian Lake.
Absolutely.
So, you know, they're going to look to hit their stride and keep this thing rolling that they've been working so hard on.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for tuning into our live stream. I'm going to leave you with a little commercial break here right at the end. But once again, thank you for tuning into HorvathProductions.com/live, and we look forward to being back at it again here in 2 days. Bellefontaine versus North Union. Thank you for tuning in.
At Horvath Productions, we offer specialized wedding films that cater to you and your spouse. With top-of-the-line equipment and storytelling skills, we can assure you that the biggest day of your lives will be captured from start to finish. On top of that, we offer some of the lowest rates in the industry so that you can have the best experience possible without having to give up other important aspects of your event. Visit HorvathProductions.com/weddings to see how we can make your memory.